you guys look at. I'm sorry.
Piggy.
But I will have that done by tomorrow, just so you guys can look over it before I submit it on Saturday, if that's okay.
Perfect. Yes.
All right, appreciate it. It's just, yeah, it's been a crazy kind of week.
Yeah, your daughter's been sick.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. I had to find which one because I've been doing stuff for biostatistics all day, pretty much. Um, and then for one other class, that's like what I spent my entire day on. And I was just like, I don't know if I'm gonna be doing this right if I don't get some help, so I made sure I got them at least as much as I could done. Um,
Okay. Yeah, for sure. So it's a group meeting, and looks like I can start with number 3. I got that the y-intercept is 2.0.
that's what I got.
I'll do 4. I got 1.53 for the slope.
I just got 1.5. Where did you get 1.5?
Yes, because I rounded it. It's only rounded to 1 decimal. You're right. 1.5.
Where did you get the 1.53 from, though? Because I just was taking it from in the equation it says what is the slope which is attached to the x, and so I just put 1.5.
I did the formula.
Oh, okay. I just put 1.5 because that's what it had as. Because it said in the reading, it said that the slope is where the m would normally be in an mx plus b relationship. It would be where the slope would originally be, but the slope and the y-intercept is swapped. And then they explained why, but I can't remember. I don't know. I was just like, well, I don't. No, oh no, it had a link to connect why if you needed to know why. If you had a desire to know why, they swapped the slope and the y-intercept, then you could look it up, and I was just like, I just need to get this done. So that's what it said. That's why I just put this is the slope because it says so in the reading. That's why. But for 5, I got 7.0.
That's what I got.
Okay, I just looked at this weird. So x is 16, so you'd multiply 16 times 0.25.
Yep.
And then
And
oh, wait a second, it says
0.25.
-3.
Yeah, and then you would minus 3, so I got 1.
Oh, hold on. I need to get my calculator. I didn't see the minus sign before.
Formula that I used.
Let's see, 0.25 times 16. Oops. Let's see. Where am I? -0.3. Oh.
So, Alex, you got something different?
Yeah, I just plugged in x, and I got...
Yeah, it's 1, Deb, because because what I didn't see was that the negative 3.0, it's negative 3.0 plus 0.25x. And so if you put 16 in for x, then you multiply x times 0.25, and then you take negative 3 plus 4, which is 1.
Yep, you're right. I didn't see that negative there at all.
Me neither, because that's why I said 7. I was just like, oh, it's 7, and then I was just like,
The sneaky one.
I didn't see that. Thank you.
yeah, thanks, Alex.
Yeah, no problem. I had actually had a totally different answer until I started looking at it. So I looked at it weird too. So
You got 1.
yeah, that's what I got right now. Is 1.
Okay.
That's awesome. Okay.
Okay, so for 6, I got hot dog shape.
That's what I got.
That's what I got. 7, I have the simple linear regression is appropriate for these Data? Data?
For sure.
Did they say it both ways? You said the third one, right?
The third one. Mm-hmm.
That's what I got.
Me too.
I'm glad I did that right because I wasn't 100% sure. I was like, because it had the other two were not, and then the other one it said maybe depending, it depends kind of thing, and I was like, well, it doesn't have that in there, so I just did the best I could with what it gave me. Um, for number A, I got 139.
That's what I got.
Kind
Okay,
of a
I was
weird question.
Yeah.
Kind of right, but that's what I put too. So I think that's our definitely going to be our best bet.
I didn't know what an observation was, but I just guessed. I was like, I hope that an observation is each little data set, or I mean data entry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or data, whatever. I've heard it both ways. I think it's fine.
Data reminds me of Star Trek. That might have been before your guys' time.
No, I saw Star Trek a
Nope.
few times.
Yeah, I know too.
Okay.
All
What?
right. I think I've got number 9, and I got 1.296.
Oh, maybe I did these wrong.
I did mine. I got 1.219. I mean 291. Did you do yours in SPSS or?
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, I did too,
Hmm.
but I got 1.291.
Are we in? We're on number 9, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
PSS number 9. I got 18.690.
Hmm.
Um, did you did you put the right thing for x and for the independent variable and the dependent variable?
Yeah, let's check that.
Because I did it both ways too, just to make sure. But then in Excel, I put I did it in Excel as well, just to make sure because I know how to do it in Excel and I didn't even need it to be shown to me in Excel. And so I did it in Excel first, and then I put in whichever one was, and then I was like, well, what's the X and what's the Y value, or and that's where I got it from. Is I plugged it because on in Excel, all you have to do is you just take the scatter plot chart or the diagram, and then you right click on it, and you go to add a trend line, and then you say add the equation on the chart, and then it does, and it said that was what the y-intercept was, and so then I just basically I had it backwards, and I was like, oh, I'm putting in the independent variable as the dependent variable, and I will swap it. And then I swapped it back around to make it so that it was correct. And
So, so just even if you don't have it pulled up, so the math ethic, whatever the word is, that one was there's two variables. There was score and confidence rating mean. So which one did you guys put for the dependent variable? Do you have any? Do you guys remember?
4. I did
um,
4.
I don't remember. All I remember is that I did it in Excel to make sure I was doing it the right way.
Yeah, and you got 1.291. You said.
I don't know if I got. I think that I can't remember if I got that in SPSS.
Yeah.
But one of them was 18 point something. If you put in the other one as the independent variable, if you swapped the independent variable, then you got 18 point something. But then I plugged it into Excel, and that's what I got in Excel, and I know that that's right in Excel because I learned that in one of my other classes, how to find the mx plus b, y equals mx plus b formula. I found out how to find that, and so I just double checked it in Excel, and I hope that I didn't put it in.
So I used the score as the dependent variable and the confidence rating as independent. Maybe I did something wrong there.
Yeah, I had done the opposite, Deb. So I kind of think it's open to debate which one should be which. So, because it said to when you're choosing, it's the one that is more. I can't remember the wording. Let's see.
Well, if you, I don't know if you guys want to like just double check, and then we'll just put what you guys get for SPSS because I don't have SPSS on my computer, which is where I am because my other computer doesn't have like the one with SPSS.
Yeah, that's fine. I have them. I have it open, and I just switched them, and I got the 18.690.
690.
Yeah.
So if
Um,
you basically if you put it in Excel, then you highlight the X and Y, and it already has it in position for where it's supposed to be. And then you highlight the whole thing, and you say in chart, you say add a chart, and then you say add scatter plot, and it brings up and it actually shows you a scatter plot and it graphs it for you. And then you right click on any of the points on it, which there's hundreds of them, and you right click on any of them, and then you click add a trend line. I don't know if you guys have ever done this before.
yeah, no, that makes sense. I think we just need to decide which one is which. You say you think it's the one that ended up being the 2 point or the
Well,
one
it
point.
said the Y intercept, and so
Yeah.
it said it was in the MX plus B
Okay.
format,
Yeah.
and so the one that was in the Y intercept position, which is the B position,
Mhm.
was 1.291 or whatever, and I
Okay.
can't remember if I wrote down the one that I found in Excel or the one I found in SPSS. I meant to write down the one that I found in SPSS, but I don't know if I did for sure.
Okay. Well, I just found what it says in the SPSS instructions. It says the dependent variable is also known as the responsible variable. It is the thing you are trying to predict. Sometimes it is the more difficult, expensive variable to measure. In our case, we want to predict. Okay, that was something different. So, Deb, do you still think that that would be 4 in this case? Would be the more dependable variable, or what we're trying to predict?
I think so, but boy, I'm not doing very well tonight.
Well, I'm kind of unsure too, so I'm just like
What did you get in SPSS before you changed it over to, before you switched them?
I
I
got
got 1 point. I'm sorry, I'm getting back to it.
I still, so
I got
I'm just look.
1 point
I'm sorry, what was that, Alex?
1.296.
And then, Thacia, you're off just a little bit in your rounding.
Yeah, well, I guess, but I'm looking at it right now, and and because I took a screenshot on my other computer and emailed it to myself,
Yep.
and so I'm looking at it, and it looks like I got 1.291 as my constant variable in in SPSS too. And I don't remember what I got in Excel, but I can do that real quick just to see if the matches up or what.
And so if that's what you got for 910, I'm off because I switched them around and I got 12.695.
Yeah, for the
Doing it the way I've done it.
right. Okay, let's just think about it. So what we're trying to measure, I'm trying to remember back to what the description of this self-efficacy study was, and because I feel like that might help. So because it was the people, they took the test and they have their scores of their test, and then for each question they said what their confidence in the information was, right?
Yeah, I did it, and I followed the instructions to how it was supposed to be done in Excel, and then I did it in SPS backwards because I already knew how to do it in Excel, so it made more sense to me. But I'm gonna do it in Excel again because I don't
Just
know.
just to double check it.
Yeah, just to double check that. I mean, I still, I don't know.
Okay, so be sure to use the confidence data for the.
Because so the score is in the X position and the confidence is in the Y position in Excel. It has the score on the left-hand side and the confidence on the right-hand side, and that's the only reason that I thought that it was that.
Mm-hmm.
Is because usually they put the X before the Y when they give you a bunch of information. Generally, that's how they put it. But let's see the confidence.
Okay, so I'm using the SPSS and the regression instructions. So if
Yeah.
I need to go back to my, is that what you guys are on too? If I have to,
Yeah, and I did that, and I tried to do. I don't know. I tried to do it how. I tried to follow the instructions.
and I did, I use my score as dependent variable and my confidence rating as independent. So, but you're saying you guys switch those, and that's what we have to figure out which is which?
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what this discrepancy is about, and I kind of don't think that it's really relevant
Hold on.
or to this math, you know.
It's a huge
So
difference though, isn't
it
it?
makes a huge difference, but I think it's something he should have maybe told us, you know, like I don't know. I'm trying to look back at lesson 21 where it describes that study a little bit more to see if maybe it gives us like tells us which is which. But
I think that I don't know if this so reading it, I think that the confidence of a student would be dependent on it on their score. So I think that the score is the independent variable, and I don't know what that means because I can't re so the independent variable, so let's see, the confidence is the dependent variable. And because I think of it like what's dependent, and their score is not dependent on their confidence. Their confidence is dependent on the score that they get. Because it says Shane Goodwin and other researchers studied factors that affect a student's confidence on a multiple choice mathematics exam. And it says that the student's scores out of 100 points are given in the variable scores for each test question. The students evaluated their confidence in their response. Oh, well, let's see the confidence. I still think that, let's see the score. Maybe not. Maybe the scores are super confusing.
I think you're right. I think we can argue this either way.
Because because it says for each test question, the students evaluated the confidence in their response on a scale of 1 to 6. Random guess. And they did not affect the grade on the exam. The mean average rating marked by each student given in the variable confidence. I don't know.
can you?
Um,
I'm trying to pull up your reading about that study. Could you just read it to me? Because my computer's going so slow. So I guess since I'm doing this thing, but
that's fine. So it says, so I just pulled up the Excel file and it has all the instructions and what it means and everything. It says Shane Goodwin and other researchers studied factors that affect a student's confidence on a multiple choice mathematics exam. A group of N equals 139 students in an intermediate algebra course at BYU, Idaho participated in the study. The exam consisted of 30 multiple choice problems worth a total of 100 points. The student scores out of 100 points are given in the variable scores. For each test question, the students evaluated their confidence and their response on a scale of 1 to 6. So it's not the confidence of like how much their confidence as in their self-worth. It's their confidence that they got it right or that they were the confidence in the response. And then it says confidence rating scale, random guess, no clue. 2, very unsure. 3, somewhat unsure. 4, somewhat sure. 5, very sure. And 6 is certain or absolutely sure. And then it says confidence ratings were not relayed to the instructor and they did not affect the grade on the exam. The mean confidence rating marked by each student is given in the variable confidence rating mean.
So don't you think that could be independent? That confidence rating is independent?
I don't know. Why would they put it in that order then? Why would they put the score in the X position? I don't know. But their confidence, their score depends on their confidence. I don't think, see, I still don't think that the confidence would depend on, I mean, that their score would depend on their confidence because if their score on the test of how sure they were, though they're sure that their answer they're somewhat sure, they're very sure, that doesn't necessarily affect what their score on the test is going to be.
This
Like
is
I don't
almost one of those things that I want to text him about real quick. You know what I mean?
yeah. I
Mm.
don't think I don't know. I still don't um I still don't think that the score is going to be affected by their confidence level. But I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
What is I'm going to go back to the reading. The score data as the response variable. So now let's find out what response is in correlation to independent or dependent rating. The explanatory and the response variable. Maybe that will help.
Explanatory versus response. Okay.
Wait, sorry, I didn't hear any of that. I don't know what happened, but it's like I didn't hear any of that you just said.
I'm just reading the actual question, and it's saying use the confidence data for the explanatory variable and the score data as the response variable. So I'm just going back to the reading to see if I can see anything about the differences between the two.
Okay.
If those two keywords have anything to do with it.
Yeah. I think the explanatory variable, that sounds to me like a dependent variable. And then the response variable is the score, which is the dependent variable. So it's the score.
Oh, what did you say?
I think score is the dependent variable.
Okay, then that's
Because
good.
it says score is the response variable. I don't know anything that an explanatory variable doesn't sound like what's it called? It doesn't sound like a dependent variable. It sounds like it's the explanation, not the result.
Now
I have an error on my I can't get into my reading. It's an error.
It's one of those days. That's what I've been doing this whole time, is trying to like open all my windows back up because they all crashed on me. So
I'm going to, I can't, I don't have SPSS on my computer, but I'm going to do it in Excel and see, even though I already know that it's 18 point something, because I already got that once on SPSS, but I can't remember exactly, so I'm going to see what I get doing it the other way on Excel.
okay, well, here's something. You might have just read this, Deb, but it's helping me to say it again. The independent or explanatory variable is the variable which is not affected by what happens to the other variable.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like
Is that
I
what
was
you're reading too?
Yeah, no, well, no, but I know what the independent and dependent variables, because I've taken statistics, other types of statistics classes, And that's the only thing about statistics that makes sense to me because it's been like pounded into my brain. And so that's what it still didn't completely make sense because I'm just like, well, which one is independent of the other? Like, which one is the one that has no effect on the other, or the one that is affected by the other one? And I still couldn't figure it out because I just the reason why I just read it all to you was because I was trying to figure out which one was affecting the other one, and I couldn't decide, like, because
Okay, I just
it
found
says what?
this in the reading.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if that's myself talking back to me or what. In the reading, in section 2, Introduction to Regression, it says that the dependent variable is also called the response variable. So if you go into the actual question that it's telling you that the score data is the response variable. So that means it's got to be the dependent variable, which means score is the dependent variable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
so that's what I was saying just now, like right before you found it, I guess. I was just like, a response sounds like it can only be the dependent variable. Like if you think about the meaning of response, it doesn't sound like something that initiates it or that affects the other. It sounds like it's the thing that's dependent on the other. But for the wait a second. Oops. Oh, okay. I accidentally did it backwards again. I did the same thing twice
So
basically.
based on that sentence, I think I am right.
Yes.
That score is the dependent variable.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah.
That sounds definitive to me. I'm
So
happy with that.
that is opposite of what you're saying. Am I right there or am I crazy? Which could be very well.
I agree with you, Deb.
Casey, I see your lips moving, but I can't hear you.
Oh. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Um, I I was trying. I don't know if you couldn't hear me, but that's what I was trying to explain when I was saying that I was basically going over what like I was saying that the explanatory variable sounds like it would have to be the thing that affected the other, and the response variable sounds like something that's dependent on something else. You can't have a response without an action. And so I was trying to explain that while you were still looking it up, and I was like, so I was saying that I thought Deb was right. I don't know, could you guys not hear me?
I might have been talking over.
Oh, no, it was like I was explaining like right before you said that, and maybe you guys couldn't hear me, I'm not sure. But it was I was saying a response sounds like something that has to be, you can't have a response. You can't respond without something, an action or something happening first. A
Yeah.
response is and so that's what I was saying. I was just like, I think that the response, um, which is the score, it would be the dependent variable.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
so
And I did hear you saying that, Thea. It was really helpful for me to just have it in the text, though, because I was kind of thinking the other way too, and so that's both of those together. I totally agree with both of you guys.
okay, so yeah, so that I was just saying I basically agree with that. So and I don't know because I got this in Excel because I don't have SPSS on my computer. I got 18.559.
And
And
I
we
got
got
690.
In
that's what
SPSS.
that's what I got in SPSS also.
18.690.
Yeah.
Okay, and so what? And then um for the Y I got. I
Slope.
mean for the X. Yeah, for the slope I got 12.725, but that's probably a little bit off too.
Yep, 12.69.
0.695.
Yes.
So then that means that I have to do it on my calculator now. So 5.
So Deb, when you did
I got 69.47.
Okay. I got 69.9, which is a good number.
Okay, hold on, let me do it again. Let's see. So I got 4 times 12.695 plus 18.693. I still got. You got what, Deb?
69.469.
and that's what I just got too in SPSS.
Okay, that's fine. My calculator must have rounded slightly differently. Because I just did it on my TI-83. And then confidence data resulted. I didn't get. Let's see. What is the maximum predicted value for Y? And I didn't know where to find that.
So it says just to look at the highest value, and if you do it in SPSS, then it'll show you all of the possible values for the ones that it has. That makes sense. So I just looked for the highest value, which was 100, and then I got
Okay.
8.895.
Wait, you got 880 what?
80.895.
Okay.
Deb, did you do that similar to me at all?
And I got 94. Are we echoing or?
Yeah, it's pretty
I
bad.
don't hear any echo. Sometimes I can't hear anything at all. I'm gonna kick myself off real quick and then get back on. I don't know. Sometimes that works just for somebody to do it. So I'll get off real quick and then I'll get back on again. Just a second.
Okay, thanks.
So Alex, in the bottom table of that SPSS, that's where you're getting your row of predicted value.
Bottom table. No, I was looking on just in the data. It adds in that pre_6. Well, mine's a 6. It's pre_1 probably for you since you did it right. But yeah, you know what? Let me look at that, what you're looking at. You probably did it a lot more simple than I did. Incorrect.
Is it still echoing, Deb?
No, it sounds better now to me.
Okay.
So 94.86 is what you got, Deb?
That's what I got.
I see where you got that, and that makes sense to me. I just wasn't sure on that.
Explain it to me again.
It's on SPSS, and so that's kind of hard for you, where you can't visualize it.
Well, but I have the SPSS thing that I have. But I have a screenshot of it, and so if you just explained like what it was, and I can take a look at it still, even if it's not the correct one, because I still have it for the opposite values.
So I got 94.86.
Okay, but where did you see that on the actual?
Bottom table of the SPS, it gives rows of predicted value. That's where I grabbed a fun. Now, I'm on my laptop, so I don't have my SPSS open, but that's the note that I made where I found that at.
Okay, so like under coefficients.
Let me look. I've got it pulled up. It's under, there's a table called residual statistics. Now that one only comes after you run the test for the number 4. So like the one previously, you try to do it on your calculator. Well, there's a way to do it in SPSS. I don't know if you'd done.
How do you run it for 4? Like what do you do?
You put the number 4, because that's what the X value was. You put it at the very bottom of the data in SPSS.
So you click on data and then you click on, or no, don't you click on analyze and then you click on regression
Yeah.
and then you click on, okay, and so then you actually get the box that pops up and then you put 4 where in there?
No, you don't. You don't do it. It's actually in the data. So you have all the data, like all of the scores and all of the confidence levels. At the bottom of confidence level, you would just below all the data, you just enter the number
Okay.
4. It tells you in the readings, and then you just run. That's when you run the test, and it'll pop up with the table that Deb is talking about. That's called. Let me see.
And you run the same analyze whatever or no?
Yeah, it's the same, but there is another option in there that you have to click. It tells you in
Okay.
SPSS. You can definitely, or it tells you in the readings. You can definitely look for it. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head.
Okay, that's fine.
But yeah, it's under residual statistics, and it just tells you the maximum. It's right there.
Okay.
So, all right. So we got 12 was 94.86, and then 13 I got 1.
Got one.
Okay, well then I couldn't figure that one out because I thought that you could have as many independent variables as you wanted and then a bunch and then just one dependent variable, but I think that it's the opposite way.
I think so because once again, the dependent variable is a score.
Yeah. So then that would mean that I would have gotten 1 on 13 and then more than 2 on 14.
Ooh, I got 1 on 14 again.
Oh, really?
Because I know what you're talking about, Thacia. In the reading, it tells you why we notate it like we do, and it's so you can have all those extra ones. But I think that when we have a simple linear regression, it's just going to be 1 and 1.
Okay. Yeah, and I looked at it and I guess I misunderstood that because in algebra it's like one input for however many outputs and then the output was so I was just like, oh, and so that's how I got that.
Yeah, I mean that does make sense to me too. But I had just gotten 1 and 1. So
Okay.
I'll try it though before you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I read that in section 6, basically, if that helps clarify it.
Section 6, okay.
Yeah. There's one explanatory variable.
Okay.
All right, looks
My
like.
goodness, I'm afraid to submit this.
Okay, I submitted it, and there was one that I got wrong. I think it's because I didn't put the last digit. Dang it. 11, we put 80.895, right?
11?
Yes, number 11.
I have 69.469.
Yeah, I had 2 things written down here, and I wrote in the wrong thing. So I got everything right except 11, where I put in that random 80 that I shouldn't have done. So I think you guys should be good on everything else, though. And I hate to do this, but I might hear my baby crying in the other room. Do you guys mind if I hop off? I'm really sorry.
No, that's okay. So you'll just stop the tape and send, or the whatever it is, the
Yeah,
broadcast.
yeah, I'll do that, and I'll stop it and submit that in.
Okay.
Alrighty, guys, thanks.
Yeah.
See
You,
you soon.
Okay, I got number 5 wrong.
You did? Oh wait, let me look at that real fast. Because I got it right.
Yeah, I got.
Oh, I remember. I forgot to change it. I knew
Oh
that there was.
no.
I had 7. Remember, I forgot to change it because of the.
Dang it. Okay.
Oh
All
well.
right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.